Hello everybody, I'm Gabby and I'm in a group with Tando and Johnny. We will be elaborating on how load shedding affects small businesses and how innovation plays a role in mitigating those issues. The cause and effect diagram showcases the problems that arise with load shedding for small businesses. The main problems are loss of production, theft and burglary, loss of profit, and damage to electronics. Load shedding is very costly to small businesses as they are constantly making a loss. These losses are seen through missed deadlines, delayed projects, and decreased output. This causes businesses to become unreliable, which affects their customer service as well as output. This may cost them their loyal customers. Power is needed in order for machinery to work. Investing in a generator, solar power, or even inverter is an additional cost and it's expensive. On top of that, not all businesses are able to afford them. Power surges are damaging to all electric appliances, and those damaged will have to be replaced. However, if the business cannot afford to replace them, they will have to go out of business as machinery is a vital part of production for a lot of businesses. Smaller businesses are also vulnerable to theft and burglary due to their security systems being down during load shedding.
What is an empathy map? An empathy map is an easy-to-digest visual that details the understanding about a user's behaviors and attitudes. It can be done with stakeholders, product development, marketing and sales, or for creative teams to build empathy for its users. The map is a quadrant that looks into the way the end user thinks, speaks, feels, and does. Our end user is named James Nostra, a small business owner in Cape Town who is also affected by the ongoing load shedding crisis. He thinks about getting a generator. He says he hopes there's no load shedding from time to time, and he feels anxiety over the safety of his business, and he manages his business. Empathy mapping is a great exercise for groups to get inside the heads of its users. Creating an effective solution requires a good understanding of the true problem and the person experiencing it. Empathy mapping is most useful at the beginning of the design process. Empathy mapping is also not a replacement of the journey mapping. These maps can be used throughout the design process and revised as new data becomes available. A user profile is an in-depth scope of your end user. It details the user's personal values, goals, motivation, frustration, and preferred channels of communication. Our end user's profile details all these headings from his personal point of view. James Nostra is a passionate business owner who's driven by his love for food. He is based in Cape Town and has noticed an increase in expenses due to the load shedding crisis. He has had to think about using solar power, generators, and transmitters in order to keep his business running, but these all count as additional expenses for his small business. There are many stakeholders and competing roles. A wide range of parties are impacted by load shedding, including the government, electricity companies, commercial and industrial enterprises, and individual customers. For instance, a government could give preference to political objectives, a power company could stress financial security, and customers might prefer dependable access to electricity. One of the biggest challenges in dealing with load shedding is striking a balance between these opposing objectives. Long-term viability and short-term solutions. When load shedding occurs, temporary solutions like rolling blackouts or emergency power purchases are frequently implemented in order to deal with unexpected energy shortages. On the other hand, these expedient measures may delay the goal of sustainable development. To fulfill short-term demand, for instance, relying on non-renewable energy sources like fossil fuels, may eventually result in increased energy costs and environmental harm. Problem statements. The problem of load shedding makes it challenging to provide equal and predictable access to electrical power, which has an impact on social, economic, and environmental well-being of communities and nations. Load shedding affects daily living, reduces industrial output, and threatens sustainable energy objectives. Scheduled power outages, often brought by shoddy infrastructure, unstable grids, or inadequate electrical supply are its defining feature. Comprehensive solutions are needed for this complicated issue in order to address the many interests of stakeholders, address the root causes, and try to achieve a balance between immediate energy needs and long-term environmental objectives. How might we spread awareness to small businesses about solutions of load shedding? How might we create an application for small businesses to get insights on solving their own problems when it's load shedding? How might we develop faster solutions to connect solar systems for businesses to run, invest in the new generator technologies, and get loans from banks to help the businesses operate? Thank you for listening.